Good morning. It is Taco Thursday, our favorite day of the week. Well, mine anyhow, because we are one day away from the weekend, right? Well, 2 full days, I guess. Whatever. Friday's tomorrow. That's all that matters. And then we get to have tacos. Tacos. I love tacos. But who doesn't? Really, honestly, who doesn't love tacos? For shame if you don't. I got your number. Anyhow, what has been going on since the last time I saw you? It's been a whole 16, 18 hours, something like that. I don't know. Been a long time. We got a little bit of news today. I put it up in Discord for those that are in the know. If you know, you know. Apparently, and I'm not surprised whatsoever, that Metal Gear Snake Eater Delta remastered, reboot, whatever, is not running very well. Yeah, a lot of issues apparently on the PlayStation. PlayStation's having the biggest problems, but I watched a couple things on the PC version because that's my version. And apparently it's not running well at all. No matter what you do, apparently the game is capped at 60 frames. And I put a benchmark up in Discord for you guys so you can see it based on the RTX 4070, which I run. No matter what they do, they cannot get it to even get to 60. There is no frame generation. Smooth frames, I think, is the new technology they just put out recently. That doesn't work. NVIDIA did not release a driver for it. There's a lot of crashes on the PC side of things. It's a mess. And I see a lot of people, a lot of people, the armchair warriors, the keyboard warriors at home, are all blaming Unreal Engine 5. That's the trending. I'm just gonna call it a trend because that's really what it is. No one knows. No one knows unless you code, unless you're a coder, unless you build games and you know what you're talking about. Nobody knows. But people are all blaming Unreal Engine 5 that it's the worst engine around and blah 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 blah. Well, then why is Epic, who created the engine, why all their games run flawlessly? Look at Fortnite. Fortnite is on Unreal Engine 5, and that thing, it runs on mobile. It runs on old hardware without issue. It's just the way that it's designed. And I also read another story this morning that a lot of the problems that from a lot of games are being built in the Asian market. A lot of games. I mean, even games that we think are Western are being built in Asia. And apparently, when they use Unreal Engine 5, there's a translation issues on how to do certain things. So apparently, they're not in the know. They're not really used to the engine. And then when they try to utilize parts of the engine, the instructions on how to do so aren't clear in their language. Which makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But I don't understand. Unreal Engine 5 is amazing, number one. But just because developers aren't utilizing it properly or do a shitty job utilizing it, it's not the engine's fault, right? Someone gets behind the car, the wheel of a car, and goes and runs into somebody. It's not the car's fault. We had a shitty driver, right? I don't know. We're talking. I was venting about Metal Gear Delta something. What is it? It's got like 16 names. Metal Gear Snake Eater Delta, the remaster of the original from 21 years ago, or 24 years ago now, or was it 2004? Maybe it was 2004. I thought it was 2002. But either way, it doesn't matter. 20 years ago, somewhere in that neck of the woods. I never played it. I take that back. I had a buddy that had a PlayStation 2. Was it 2 at the time? And I played it. I played a little bit at his house on a shitty TV, and yeah, it was okay. It was just a lot of grays and browns, and you're in the bush. You're in the bush. There's only one color, it was brown. But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I figured I'd bring that up first. For those that are about to buy the game or have it pre-ordered, you might want to rethink it because there are issues with the game. I would give it, I don't know. I'm still waiting for what was it? Star Wars Jedi Survivors. I'm still waiting for that game to be fixed so I can play that game. It's still a broken ass mess. And that game came out like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, something like that. So I wouldn't get my hopes up. But if you're on Xbox, apparently it runs great at 40 frames. So have fun. Enjoy. Tactical Stoner, how you doing, man? Are you still running around in Le Mans? You still doing your thing over there? I missed that game. I went back and played some Gray Zone. Was it last week? I think. I don't know. The days are all blending into each other now. I went back and played for a little bit with Smokey. Ran Smokey through some missions and stuff. I had a blast. That was a great time. I can't speak for Smokey. I never will. But he seemed to be having a good time. So there's that. But I miss it. I can't wait for the next wipe and the next big thing to happen in Gray Zone. Give us 300 tasks. I wanted to go from 192 to 300. Give me, I need more. I need more missions. I need more crazy things to do, especially at Midnight Sapphire. Gentlemen, still running around there, but it is football season, so just download the Madden. First time in 15 years since I've owned and played a Madden. So the next update is lore, so more mission. Always, yes, good, yeah, good. That's what I want. That's what I need. Not that I want it. That's what I need. I need things to occupy my time. Ask my wife. If I even get like a little bit bored, I am the most annoying person in the world. I always have to have something going on. Always. That's just who I am, though. I'm always moving. I'm always active. I'm always doing something, trying to utilize this gray matter that I've got going on up here. Always something. So yeah, so that's the morning news that I can give you. That's the quick news that I just found out this morning. I need to do a little segment of just found out with a little tune. Metal Gear Delta Force, or God damn it, Metal Gear Snake Eater Delta reboot remaster extreme whatever is not right out of the gates is a broken mess. So have fun. I was on the fence. I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend $60 on this game. I don't know, man. I've been bamboozled. It seems like every time I go to buy the game, which the last one that ended up being, in my opinion, just a kind of a boring ass game. Manic Nomad paid for that one, so that wasn't. I don't feel too bad about that. It was a gifted game, which I feel bad that I don't play it, but I don't like the game. I think it's so boring, dude. I'd rather go play. I mean, it's basically Rainbow Six Siege PvE. That's what Ready or Not is. Fight me. It is 100%. That's what it is. But anyhow, enough of that. So I'm glad I didn't pre-order or buy the Metal Gear game. I'm sure I will down the road when it's fixed and it's running properly and NVIDIA drops a driver update to give it frame gen, which it sounds like it desperately needs, in probably when it's on sale during the Steam winter sale. So I'll see you guys in like 6 months. I'll give you guys a review then. I'll let you guys know what's up. So, Gray Zone was talked about at Gamescom. Gamescom. Did you get a chance to do any of the squad missions? And yes, Smokey and I tried to do one. We tried to do one the other day. But yeah, I've actually done a handful of them at different areas. I haven't done any at the big areas. Bonpa is probably the easiest. You clear Bonpa, and it's usually the three beacons. You just got to be careful for the one up in the Japanese bunker because they have those guys like to hide in the bushes. They'll get you. They'll get you, man. But yeah, whenever I play, I usually do that in 2-man. Very rarely do we run a full squad in Gray Zone. We can't ever get anybody else in there. People have been getting more aggressive in Delta Ops. I lost quite a bit of gear last night, though I went in with a Glock and 3 people, earned back everything I lost the hour before. That's good. But yeah, I mean, I've to build off of that, I've been keeping a close eye on it, just seeing like how they're going to treat you guys, because I know how they treated us when the game came out. They treated us very poorly. So I want to see, like, are they going to, like, it's obviously a mess over there in console world. It's obviously a huge mess. Everywhere I look, everything I see, it's the menus. Menus is one of the biggest problems that people are talking about. But a lot of people are irritated with the fact that there's no besides PlayStation, excluding them, Xbox and PC have no way to turn off crossplay. Apparently, they're saying it's a bug, but from what I'm being told, there isn't even an option in the menus. It's not like it's an option that's grayed out. It's just not there. It's non-existent. So that's not a bug. That's they intentionally didn't put it in the game. Otherwise, it would show up for you guys. A lot of people are irritated, and I would be too, that you guys are being put in with, number one, dominant keyboard and mouse players. And then you also have people that have been playing on PC since December 5th, and then for over 9 months. And they have map knowledge, they have the better gear, they have everything. They have everything. You guys are just starting out, and you guys are having to go up against these guys. Now, luckily, you guys have like 16 million different queues, so it's not too bad. Not too bad right now, but I think the PC people are starting to catch on that you guys are out there as lambs to the slaughter, and now people from the PC are going back to the game to go find you guys and take all your shit. I don't think that's fair. I think that they should have given you guys a couple different options. Either crossplay off altogether, which I still don't think that should be a thing, but console only or for all. Console or add PC. You know what I'm saying? Like there should be two different options there. Which mobile's not part of this. Mobile's not, just so you guys know, mobile's not in your games, so you don't have to worry about that. And they don't have to worry about you. It's kind of frustrating to watch for you guys as a spectator and seeing what you guys are going through. Because I remember doing this, 9 months ago. The frustration at that level of all these promises, and then none of them were kept. But I'm glad, as long as you guys are having a good time with the game, that's good. That's good. I'm glad. A lot of 3-mans. If at night, just let me know if I'm around. I can jump on. Okay. I haven't played games in forever. Last night I did jump in and I played some games for like an hour and a half on a game that you guys would never expect, and I actually had a really good time. A really, really good time. It was just nice to get back into some PvP aspect and just throw the fucking beat down on somebody, man. It's been a week and I just need to take some aggressions out, and I feel much better now. But I also ran into a possible hacker last night. I spawned in 5 seconds into the ops. I died to a G3. I didn't understand. I moved maybe 4 feet. So isn't this game though? Isn't this dynamic? Isn't the whole thing dynamic? So you could be going in as somebody's coming out. Like the map's always the same. This thing's respawn. Because I've been hearing a lot of people talk about the PC players are spawn camping. So they're going to all the spawn locations, and they're waiting for you to spawn in, and they're killing you immediately. Because I don't know. I don't remember. And that's the thing, is that there's a lot of games that are extraction shooters that do have a dynamic situation where the map is always current. You're just in there for your amount of time and getting out, but people are in and out all day long. I'm not 100% sure on how that works, but just keep that in mind. Like in DMZ, we all started at the same time because the map eventually, after 20 minutes or so, the gas would start expanding, and then, no one could survive on the map. So, but this is different. So that makes sense. That's how it's not, it may not be a cheater or a hacker. He's just an opportunist. But they got to find a way to combat that. Otherwise, it's just going to end up like Gray Zone, where every time you get off a chopper in PvP, you're immediately slaughtered. And that's the reason why I don't play PvP on that. And there's no incentive. There really isn't. But Snapback, how's it going? Thank you for all the art you put in there yesterday. You're really good. You're very talented. I like it. Also, it looks like everything's done with markers. That's really cool. Hello, how'd you, I went to see my friend. I used to live next door with physical needs, had a couple coffee, shared some crisps. There you go. Well, nice. That's very neighborly of you. Very neighborly of you. I need neighbors like you. My neighbors suck. I have old people that don't mind their business, and they're constantly coming over here to just, I don't know. They need attention, I guess. And then I got people that just built a house across the street, and they're annoying as shit. Older couple, but I never see them. I don't ever see them. I see all their kids and all their friends and in and out of there all day long. Actually, I think there's a human trafficking ring going on across the street. Big panel vans are always pulling into the garage, shutting the door. And then hours later, they open up the doors. The panel van comes out. The door goes right back down, and the van fucking beats cheeks out of town. There's something going on over there. I'm about to. It's about to be the Burbs up in here. Anybody seen that movie? One of my favorites as a kid. The Burbs. Oh, great movie. Look it up, kids. Look it up. I ran into, I think, 2 2-man and 3 or 4 3-man. Got him back into football. He's very respectful and a part-time job. Nice. Good job, man. Big Al Mac. That's the pot calling the kettle black. What's going on, brother? Dynamic, I think. Maybe a smoke or metal will know that question. I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, need friends like me. You are my friends. Friends. We're all friends. Hey, I love it. Yeah, there we go. It's a great movie. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The Burbs, dude. Woo. It's about to be the Burbs up in here. I'm telling you. So yeah, as far as I know, it's a dynamic. The map is dynamic, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not 100% on that, but that would make sense. But it sounds like you guys have it easy, man. When we played, even during the play test last year, before it went to early access, about a year ago, I was playing with these guys, and we were running into people all the time. So it sounds like you guys pretty much got the maps to yourself. That's pretty nice. You guys are able to go in and loot and take your time and, enjoy yourselves. We didn't. When we went in, we were immediately in fights, it seemed like. So whatever they're doing, it's nice. They're separating you guys from people. But it sounds like when you guys do run into people, you guys are running into the people. Has anybody tried going to the higher tier maps yet to really get in there and see like what's what and who's who? You guys going in there looking for some of these monsters, or do they just sneak up on you? Because I honestly don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I honestly have no clue. I don't think the times that I played for, I want to say like 15, 20 hours. I don't think we ever made it off the dam. I was at that point, I was still trying to figure out what was needed. There were so many fucking things, and you needed this and that and that and this for upgrades. You almost had to have like a list next to you at your desk. I ended up just giving up on the damn thing. But I have no idea. I didn't put too much thought into it. Eminem had a new film series or biography film I might watch sometime. There you go. There you go. You a fan of the Eminem, are you? Most expensive map need a gear value of like 1.6 million. Okay, so that sounds like Exoborn. Exoborn's kind of the same way. During all the play tests we've been playing, there's 3 maps, and I typically stay on the first one. The second and third, same thing. It's dynamic and people camp. All they do is they're in there with their high tier gear. They don't do anything except for go to the spawn areas and just camp, which they claim they're working on changing that up somehow, because they're going to have to do it. But the first map is awesome. I think the first one's great. The other ones are a little smaller. And again, you're dealing with people that just want to like lay in the bushes and wait for you to pop up, take your shit. I don't have the gear and money to do bigger, badder maps. I got you. You might want to stay. I'm just saying you guys might want to stay on the lower 2, because apparently that's where all the monsters hide, or on the higher ones. Space Town or Space City or Space Cadet, whatever the fuck it is. And then you guys are saying that Operation Serpentine is still not available. 9 months in, that mode is still not available to play. That's wild. That's pretty crazy. At this point, just remove it. Just take it off the map. If you're not going to release it, stop teasing people for 9 months. Mark for life. There he is. What's up, dude? Golf season's still in full swing. So what are you doing here, man? What are you doing? Get back to work. Just got to go clean some balls or something. Go polish someone's balls for him. Well, I was born in 1990, so as I grew up, Eminem was the rapper I first got into. Oh, I got you. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I was in my 20s when he started coming up. So and he's from Detroit, and he got his there's a band called ICP. They're pretty well known. If you've never heard of them, then I'm sorry, you should look them up. The 90s was great. But they helped, the ICP helped a lot of early acts by allowing them to be openers for them and such. And Kid Rock is one of them. Actually, Kid Rock is in a couple of their songs. Kid Rock, is that you? Yeah, tell me what you want to do. And then Eminem as well. Eminem, they had Eminem open for them a couple of times, and so they helped out, the homies in the neighborhood. Obviously, Eminem went off to be, way bigger, obviously way bigger. But it's just they had a falling out at some point, and they had on their albums, they went back and forth, and they referred to Eminem as Feminem. But that was one of the beefs at the time. One of the not quite as Tupac and Biggie, but it was funny to see that their albums were going back and forth. They had these little skits where they were, yeah, you probably know what I'm talking about. But those were the days. Getting an oil change at Ford. Well, have fun. Enjoy that. Maybe you learned about a lot of the other rappers because his lyrics and people he team up with too. Yeah. The upgrade system has become easy to understand. I think I know exactly what I want to going into a run. I got you. But you're also that guy. You're the analytical guy. You're always thinking numbers and where I'm always thinking, who am I going to shoot first? That guy or that guy? So you probably go in already, like you looked at the menu, photographic memory, you already looked, you already know in your head, I got to write that shit down, man. I'm not like that. I wish I was cool like that, but I'm not. It gets to the point where it's like, oh my God, I need all this shit. Why can't it be like DMC where you go in, you need one thing, a blowtorch, and you're going to find that blowtorch 3 months from now. So you was more of a Nas fan, maybe, or Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, NWA. Set ad, so I might miss something. I mean, I was born in '81, so yeah, that was more my era. I liked the gangster rap, but see, my childhood, we had two different types of rap. We had hip hop and we had rap, gangster rap. So I liked both of them. I was more of a hip hop guy. Tribe Called Quest, Busta Rhymes. I was more of those. I was more of that. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I love fucking rap. I mean, that 90s rap is like in hip hop is my shit. That's my jam, man. You ever coming over to my house? You know you're at the right house because my garage will be playing rap music all day. All day. It's nice. I go out in the garage, do a project, music's already playing. The wife goes out there to grab something out of the refrigerator or the freezer. There's rap music out there for her. It makes everyone feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Probably older than you look then. Yeah. It's a bit like the UK had pop and R&B. Yeah. Yeah, along those lines. I like the little R&B as well. A little R&B. I can do a little R&B. Well, I mean, Boys to Men was the shit when I was in middle school, and we were or for me it was junior high, but all the dances, it was always Boys to Men. And what was the other one? There was another band, All for One or something like that. There was a couple at the time. Boys to Men was like the well-known group. So yeah. Anyhow, the other thing, I was kind of waiting for Louis to get here. I was waiting for Louis for two different reasons, but I can't wait all day, and it's already been a half hour, so I'm just gonna move on. Skate. I talked about this yesterday. Skate is coming to early access, free to play on all platforms on September 16th. So you don't have too long to wait. For the insiders, I was a play tester for the game for 2 years. We get the game now, and as of tomorrow, they're going to remove the watermarks, and we can end the NDAs, and we can start showing it off to you guys. So either tomorrow or sometime this weekend, either I'll stream it or I'll put together a little video and I'll show you guys what it's all about. I know Louis is excited for it, but then he wasn't. He said it was turning into a Fortnite game. But I haven't. I'm not sure. It doesn't look cartoony to me. I'm not sure. It doesn't look as like real sim as they tried to with the 360 version of the game. But it doesn't look very cartoony to me either. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyhow, it's gonna be free to play, which I think is great, and it's early access starting September 16th. Apparently, they're gonna allow 100 skaters in each map at a time. So it's gonna be a big open world. They're trying to create like a community type deal. So you have your mic on, you'll be able to go skate, meet some friends. You guys all go pull off tricks together and shit. I mean, it sounds like a great idea. So we'll see. I only tested the mechanics of the game, so I didn't really get into any of that shit, but it played pretty good. I liked it. The characters definitely needed some work. We could play as one character, as a blue shirt with an afro. I don't even know if I'm allowed to tell you that, but I have video footage to prove. 80s metal music was great. Some of it still is. Some of it's still pretty relevant. But I'm also, I got worn out. I burned myself out on a lot of that stuff when I was a kid. Anyhow, the new skate was kind of fun. I played it a little bit. Okay, so you were in the play test as well then. Yeah, it doesn't look Fortnite-y, does it? Do you, when you play the game, do you think Fortnite skate? I think Louis watching something else. I think Louis watched something. He said, "Oh yeah, there's videos on YouTube." Well, shouldn't be because it's under NDA. Yeah, I didn't get that either. I think he's watching something else. Just popped in. Are we talking about a new Jet Set Radio Future? Is that what you just asked? Did I just get that right? Did I get an acronym, an abbreviate? Did I get an acronym right? We are not. We are not. We're talking about Skate, the game Skate. It's gonna be it's gonna be Tony. Oh yeah, Tony Hawk would probably be more Fortnite-y. But again, I haven't played those either. When I found out that the soundtrack wasn't there, I'm like, that's the fun I had with the game. It's just, pulling off moves while listening to some of the great music from back then. And when they were like, oh yeah, it's like not even a third of the original music, I'm like, okay, I'm out. Okay, bye-bye. But for you, Huckleberry, did you see the other day, we're showing off all these videos from Gamescom with an M. There's a game on there called Dan Shattuck. I think it's called Dan Shattuck. And it's like a Jet Set Radio Future, Jet Grind Radio, whatever, with trains. Same animation, but you're on trains and you do tricks off of the rails and then you get back on, and it just looks wild. So go check that one out if you're looking for some more Jet Grind Radio. Did I hear about what? The Cracker Barrel logo is going back? Who cares? Who cares? Guys, like Cartman's telling all of us, woke is dead. I mean, it wasn't, and it's not even a woke thing. It was a new CEO who had a great idea with Taco Bell that didn't quite pan out because a lot of people hated the fact that she got rid of the Mexican pizzas or whatever, which I don't really like those fucking things. Anyhow, so I didn't really care, and I don't even eat Taco Bell, so it doesn't matter to me. But she got the job at Cracker Barrel, and that was the first thing. She was trying to modernize it. It wasn't woke. She can get rid of the old man because, it's trying to be woke. She's trying to modernize it like every other franchise out there. It's not a big deal. But people get on this woke train, and it's like, no, it's not. It's a business move. I don't. But it's also Cracker Barrel, so who cares? Up until that story released and people are all up in arms about it, I didn't even know Cracker Barrel was still around. I had no clue. I don't ever hear anybody talk about it. I know there's one in the area. I mean, I don't ever pass it because it's in a weird area of town, but who cares? It's Cracker Barrel. Who eats at Cracker Barrel? Same thing with the whole Bud Light situation. I don't drink Bud Light. I don't fucking care. I don't care. But everyone's all fucking freaking out about it. I haven't had Bud Light since I was a teenager. That's what Bud Light's for. Bud Light is the beer. It's the gateway beer to real beer. You drink that when you're in your teens, and then when you get of age, you go out and get better beer. You don't drink Bud Light all your life. And if you do, I'm sorry if I offended you. I muted the soundtrack on Tony Hawk's and I played the old songs on Alexa. There you go. That's a good way to do it. I do that in Gray Zone. I used to do that for you guys when I streamed Gray Zone all the time. We'd have chopper music, but then I got in trouble for that. So I quit doing it. But whenever I play, even when I'm playing with Smokey, he may not know it. I'm playing music. I'm playing, and only I can hear it in my headset. So I got music with the game sounds, and then I just pause it or shut it off when we land. But yeah, I still do that from time to time. It's great. Bro, I love the pizzas. Yeah, you're not the first person to say that. I think my wife liked them as well. But my kids liked them when they were little, kind of, but they were messy as shit. I don't know. I haven't had Taco Bell in years. My daughter, that's like the trending thing. My daughter, it's well, I shouldn't say trending because Starbucks has been around for a while and it's still fucking Starbucks. But Starbucks and Taco Bell, those are the two places that young kids want to go now. With all the other options out there, Taco Bell and Starbucks are what the bougie kids want to be into. Also, why are you trying to modernize a restaurant that has tools on the wall from the 1700s? Well, that was the next step. Is they were going to start getting rid of that, probably focusing more on just like pictures of the old days and getting rid of the props and shit. But I mean, when you're in business, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do to survive, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's nostalgia for us. But as people stop frequenting your restaurant, you got to do something. You can't just stick with the old and hope that it all works out. You got to change. You got to modernize with it. I read a very, very interesting story about why they're being modernized and things like that. Like McDonald's. Remember McDonald's? They had a very distinguished look. Pizza Hut. You know, when you drive by an old abandoned Pizza Hut, you know that was a fucking Pizza Hut because of the way the building was designed. Well, not anymore. They don't do that anymore. They're all just boxes. That way, when they sell the business, if it doesn't survive, they can sell it easier. And then people aren't like, hey, there's a vape shop in the old Pizza Hut. It puts a kind of a tarnish on the name. So that's why all the McDonald's look like just boring boxes anymore. There's no more playgrounds. There's no more fun things. It's just blah. Because it's a business decision. It's not woke. It had nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with it. It's all business. Well, I didn't lose you guys, so apparently the Bud Light joke worked well. You don't have enough Southern culture. The rednecks down here have wars over here who drinks Bud Light, Miller Light, or God forbid Coors Light. I don't. I have enough Southern culture in the family. I'm good. But yeah. You know, that's the funny thing. When I was a kid, I actually preferred Coors. My grandpa was Budweiser, not Bud Light, the red can. You know what I'm talking about? My grandpa loved Budweiser. But I like the silver bullet. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the can. Maybe it was the Stay Fresh can that the mountains turned blue when it was cold enough to drink. I love Coors though. So whenever I was broke and I had just a little bit more money than what was like Milwaukee's Best, because you can get a fucking 30-pack of Milwaukee's Best for dirt cheap. I mean, granted, you weren't really doing yourself any favors, but in a pinch. But I always go to Coors. I don't like light beer, but my God, the town I grew up in did. Yes. I grew up in a very small redneck town here in Michigan, and I was the one that stuck out. I was the one that wore what I wanted to wear. I'm the one that was bumping rap music through town. You know, I did not belong in that town. And the first thing I did when I graduated is I took my family, my new family, and I ran as far as I could. And I made it 10 miles. I made it 10 miles closer to Flint, where I felt more comfortable and more at home. Leave the Cracker Barrel country store alone. I'm telling you, though, that's what's going to happen. Would you guys rather have Cracker Barrel in some form, or would you rather just not have it at all? Because that's what's going to happen. I mean, they're on their way out. They were always on their way out the door. Because honestly, who here has eaten at a Cracker Barrel in the last 2 years? I'll be generous. 2 years. How many have had a meal at Cracker Barrel in the last 2 years? I'll wait. I need Jeopardy music. Oh, Big Al Mac. I kind of figured. I kind of figured Big Al Mac would. That's funny. All right, there's one. There's one. That's hilarious. As long as Cracker Barrel serves cornbread and biscuits, I will eat there every few years on road trips. Okay. All right. That's fair enough. There's two. Oh, man. This is one of those situations where you better know your fucking audience, because I do not, apparently. All the buildings look boring as fuck now. They do. I miss the old buildings. McDonald's Cafe, boring design. Yeah. They're all just little gray boxes now with a little splash of color. But they're easy if the business fails, it's easy to sell and it's easy to change. And you're like, what was that beforehand? I don't remember. I don't know. But if the building looks like an old McDonald's, you're like, oh yeah, that was the old fucking McDonald's. I ran a car dealership that was in an old Burger King that still had they had spatulas. Do you guys remember this? The old, we're talking 80s, old 80s. It was all wood paneling and shit. The Wendy's had the fucking like the little sunrooms and shit like that. Well, this Burger King had spatulas as door handles to go into the doors. We had to put license plates over them to make them, just because they didn't want to put the money. It was a buy here, pay here. They didn't want to put the money into like really redoing the building. But we were running a car dealer out of an old Burger King. But everyone who would come, they'd call it the Burger King dealer because it still looked like a fucking Burger King. That's my point. But my phone died. I'm back though. Put it on charge. Skate sounds fun. Making videos. Put them up on Facebook. YouTube is still a thing for Skate. I really don't I don't fuck with Facebook much anymore. I put things up there from time to time. When I was putting up reels like all the time, and they were all DMZ, I did pretty good. I did pretty good on Facebook, but now I put up like Hitman videos, and anything I put on YouTube, I put it there, and just people aren't really interested in it anymore. So I don't really mess with Facebook anymore. I still have a little bit of a presence there, but nothing big. I like Canadian beer, less fatty. What do you like out of Canada? Me last year, yuck. I only go for breakfast, but I have. Okay, there you go. That's fair. There's 3. That's 3. Oh man. All's I'm saying, the fact that they changed the logo will mean more people will go now. Maybe this is a great marketing thing. Maybe that's what she wanted all along, is to create this hysteria, to play on people's woke fears. And then, okay, we're going to change it back. And then everyone's gonna be like, okay, great. This one's actually not woke. They made a bad decision. They're going back to, what we want. We talked them back into it. Now we're all going to go back to the restaurant and eat food. And the CEO's going, gotcha. I knew it'd work. Who knows? Either way, if it works out and the stock goes through the roof and people start going back to the Cracker Barrels, then good on her. Good on her. But people still aren't going to forgive her for getting rid of the Mexican pizzas at Taco Bell. It is what it is. This might make up for it, but they'll never let it go. Ever. Negative. I don't care for it. I know my town loves it, and Lambert's. I don't know what Lambert's is. We don't have that around here. But has the damage been done? It was so fast. So the Bud Light situation, that was a thing for like a year. I mean, that was a long time. Where this is a couple of days. So I don't know. I mean, to some people, sure, the damage has been done, but for other people, if it gets them to go back into the restaurant, I don't know. But when you look at the time frame, a year compared to just a handful of days, I mean, less than a week, maybe. Yeah. But we have a slash of Southern around here. Where are you, Penguin? I forget where you are. Every time I know you've been around for a while, but every Penguin, I'm thinking you're in a cold climate. Are you in the South, brother? Hump day. Holy shit. Time to start an OnlyFans. Me or you? I thought you already had one. I thought you already had one. Metal Josh is your biggest supporter, and I thought that was hump day picks, hump day toe picks. They're all toes, from big toe to little toe, all hump days toes. What about the Denny's? I'd much rather have Cracker Barrel. Damn, Denny's. I haven't seen Denny's in a minute. Is Allie's still around? Well, Bob's Big Boy is really big up here, probably because it started in Michigan. But I want to say the older folks, the older characters, they like their Bob Evans, and they like their Bob's Big Boy. Those are the two locations that the older folks like to hang out at. Cracker Barrel was more of like an after Sunday or after a church on a Sunday. Cracker Barrel was more of like an after church lunch, big filling lunch, so that you could have a later dinner on Sunday night. I remember when I was a kid, when we went to church with my aunt, that's where we'd go after church. But again, I mean, that was when I was a kid. That was 30 fucking years ago, man. I think I took the wife there a few years back. She had never been to one. My wife's one of those, like, she's never done it before, then she wants to try it. And I've done everything. So I'm like, okay, sure, let's go. You know, I've been there before. And I took her there when we were on our way to go somewhere in Detroit area. And she loved the atmosphere. She thought it was great. Like, oh, this is like a little hidden gem, you know. This is, you know, kind of reminds me of, you know, great grandma's house, you know, and the old antiques and shit everywhere in the country store. But then when it was time to eat the food, she's like, oh. So yeah, yeah. Needless to say, we've never been back, but she at least tried it, so she could say she tried it. It wasn't for us though. You're in South Missouri, or is that Montana? MO, that's Montana. Missouri. How do I get Missouri with no O's? You're in southern. All right. What the hell is wrong with me, man? You're in Montana. Jesus, there's nothing out there, bro. If it's not, it's just the actor in the advert makes me think it's Canada beer. You know, Coors Light, that's Canadian. Coors Light's from the Rocky Mountains. Coors Light's from Denver. Oh, it is. Oh, there is an O in Missouri. Dude, I can't spell. I don't know my audience. Man, I might as well just quit. I might as well just give up. Jesus Christ. All right, so you're out there by that Metal Josiah guy. He lives right there in St. Louis. From what I understand, he's right there in the heart of Gunville. They have so many guns out there that that's how they turn their TVs on and off. They just shoot the fucking shoot the light switch. Good night, bud. Good night, honey. Good night. Bam! That's how you turn the lights off in Missouri. You're near Branson in Arkansas. Okay. Don't be putting my business out there. Cam will tell. I had a thought. I'm going to keep it to myself. Coors Light. I mean, I'm with you. My father-in-law lives in Wisconsin. Damn, now I'm questioning if I can even get these right now. And anytime he drives east, he's going to a big boy. Yeah. Absolutely. They're big out here. My grandparents loved Big Boy so much that when I was probably 3 or 4 for Halloween, they dressed me up as Big Boy, and I had this little Big Boy bank that you can get. They're still available. It was slightly different back then, but they gave me this little, put like a little pillow in underneath the overalls, so I had this pot belly. I gotta find that picture and show it to you guys. But it's me on Halloween walking around with my bag, and then I have the little Big Boy statue bank thing, and I'm, I look pretty good. Yeah, Montana is empty. Yeah. You done everything, huh, lol? I'll do anything twice. Not gonna lie, the food was mid. Yeah. We're still. That's you're talking about Cracker Barrel. Yeah, it was not the. Yeah. It is Missouri. There is no one out there who went there for the food. IHOP is better. Yeah, and if you have an option, I'd rather go to a Waffle House. I mean, you're better off. That's where you're at 2 o'clock in the morning. Just close the bar down, drunk as fuck. You go to a Waffle House, and that's where you get your shit back in order. Or you pass out in the parking lot, either way, you know. That's what those are for, though. I'm in the city, but the outskirts has a lot of Christians, Shepherd, Amish living off the land. We get a lot of Amish up here, too. A lot of Amish and Mennonite in a certain area just north of us. We're a little closer to Pennsylvania, so. You can find me in St. Louis where the gunplay ring all day. There you go. Had to. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you, man. I'm not reading the whole thing, though, because everyone knows. They read it to themselves, and they're enjoying a chuckle as well. I miss gimmicks like that. The only gimmick we had left these days are Burger King crowns. Are those even available anymore? Are those even things? I hope they are, but yeah. Oh, I should have brought it in here. McDonald's is doing the big kids meal or the adult meals or whatever. And they have these little tins. They have stickers and shit on them of like the original characters from the 70s and 80s and 90s. They introduced a bunch of them, but it's pretty interesting to see that, you know, they're gone, but they still want to kind of keep them relevant for us, really, the kids that grew up in that era. For the adults, they want it to stay relevant to get us back to the restaurant, to get our kids to stay there as well. Smart. I mean, they're brilliant marketers. IHOP is absolute trash. I'm glad I didn't have to say it, so thank you, Hump Day. In my state at 2 a.m., we were getting hot wieners and coffee milk. Where's Manic? Where is Manic when you need him? That was perfect. That was a perfect setup for Manic. IHOP sucks. You try Arena Breakout? I did a year ago, yeah, when it first was kind of out. Big kids meal need a beer for a drink. Yeah, they need some type of alcohol. They give away this fucking gross ass shake. I ended up giving it to my daughter, and she didn't like it either. Hot wieners? It's a decent game now. Yeah, so we had some confusion in here the other day because Hump Day, Delta Force finally after so many broken promises came out to console last week. And a lot of people are enjoying the game on console, with the exception of 99% of everybody. They're having a lot of issues with the game and such. But I was in here talking about how it was for console, it's really the only option that people have to get into like a Tarkov type like game. And then someone popped up. I'm not gonna mention who it was. I'm not here to embarrass them. But they did mention that that it was on console, that Arena Breakout Infinite was on console. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I never hear anything about it. Well, come to find out, it's not. So it's Delta Force still is the only way for you to play a Tarkov-like game. I said I wasn't gonna say anything. I said I wasn't gonna say anything. I was actually gonna call out Penguin just to be silly, but we forgive you, Harm's Way. It's no big deal. It's all good. It's all good. So anyhow, a lot of people are enjoying it because instead of, doing the right thing and getting a PC so they can play Tarkov, they just complained about it for 7 years until it was actually a game was brought to console for them. I'm spicy today. I told you guys it's in the name. I'm a spicy guy today, so I'm sorry. But anyhow, yeah. So last year, this is where I left off, and I played it for a little bit last year, and they were talking about it was going to go to. I can't remember if it was on. I get them confused. I think Delta Force was PC first, then it went to mobile, and then it finally came to console. Where Arena Breakout was, I do believe it was a mobile game that was ported to PC, and then as of a year ago, they had claimed that they were working on a console version. And then I looked it up. As of this month, as of right meow, unless something else has been released in the last day or two, there still is no word on when the console release is coming out. But that'll be nice, and they might want to do it soon to compete with Delta Force, because the problems they're having with the game, if Arena Breakout does controller support better, allows mouse and keyboard on console, and has better menus, they could probably sweep Delta Force right under the rug. So we'll see. That's my hot take on it. But we'll see. I mean, there's going to be options out there for people. like real soon from what I understand. Nah, that is okay. Me and hot wieners are a no. He prefers his wieners cold, guys. Come on now. And his buns hot crossed. He prefers his buns to be hot crossed. His wieners cold and his buns hot crossed. Find the Discord. My facts lay there. It's definitely a great game. I remember Louis played it for a long time. Louis really enjoyed it, and then I don't know. I like Metal Josh. He's very vocal when it comes to the Tarkov clones, and he was telling me that it's very pay to win, or it was at least. It used to be very pay to win. I don't know if that's changed. I don't know what's going on now. But when I played it, it was just a slightly slower version of Delta Force, and I didn't really. But I'm not a Tarkov guy. I don't like Tarkov. So it's not for me. I did play it. I did try to get into it. I played for a few days and I didn't really care for it. I need to confirm my age on Xbox again because I accidentally said I was 8 on Delta Force. You said you were 8? Not even 18, just 8. Like how did you single digit your age? Oh, geez, Al, I got a cold wiener for you. I haven't played it yet. I don't know. I haven't had to pay for shit. I hate Tarkov, but I love this one. Okay. Now that's what Hump Day. You missed a lot of good conversation. Whenever Metal Josh comes in here and the topic is Tarkov, it gets pretty heated. That's the one thing him and I just don't agree on. He thinks that all extraction games should be Tarkov. Or a Tarkov-like game. They can't be anything different. And I'm like, dude, there's plenty of room for games to be extraction shooters, but not like Tarkov. DMZ proved that. They were the way opposite side of the spectrum. But now we got all these other games that are extraction shooters that are like way off the charts. We got a lot of crazy stuff coming out. So it gets pretty heated. Now I like some of these other extraction shooters. Exoborn is one I got my eye on. Arc Raiders is going to do very, very well when that comes out in October, I think. Bungie's Marathon, the reboot of Marathon, is not going too well, but now they're doing another playtest. I'm trying to get into that playtest desperately because I really want to see what's going on over there. I've been a huge Bungie fan. I've been a Bungie fan since I was 12 when the very first Marathon game came out. Like I was hooked. And just so you know, I grew up with Apple. My very first computer was an Apple. It was a Macintosh Performance 630. And I did not have a PC, so I had to go to my buddies' houses to play their PC games like Redneck Rampage and Doom, and I didn't have that. We had other games, and Marathon was like their big FPS. It was like their answer to Doom, really. So I've been playing Bungie games since I was a wee lad. So I really want to get into this game and check it out because I know it's been in trouble since their playtest. It went up against Arc Raiders, and Arc Raiders just smashed them. But my point is there's a lot of extraction shooters coming out. BRs are starting to take a sideline. We do have more BRs coming out, but people are kind of getting away from that now, and extraction shooters are all the rage. That and rogue-like /light games. The rogue games are becoming, I think it's getting a little crazy. It seems like every other game is a rogue game. But I don't know. I like extraction shooters. I like some of them, but Tarkov's not for me. Arena Breakout Infinite, not really. Delta Force, if they would change a few things, I think Delta Force would be a fantastic game. But again, I'm looking for a DMZ alternative, not a Tarkov alternative. So I'm kind of looking for something different. But Delta Force is probably the closest to what I was looking for. It just didn't quite get there. We talked about it yesterday and the day before, I think. It might not have been yesterday. My problem with Delta Force is it's not balanced properly. Gunfights and healing are not balanced properly. But, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I lost you guys here. Back to Big Al's talking about wieners again. Haven't played it yet. I tried to put date of month. Oh, I got you. So you're born in August. Got it. Or the 8th of a month. I got it. Oh, more. I thought it was asking birthday, not my age. Okay. It's the loading mags for me takes one whole business day. We still chat from time to time, but we never game anymore. Yeah, same here, brother. Same here. I miss the old days, that's for sure. Same. Well, hey, Hump Day, just so you know, I don't know if you still have your Xbox, your series, but November 13th, dude, I'll be back to some PUBG. I don't know for how long, but I'm going back, bro. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Finally, after, well, technically 5 years, but really 3 years. They should have done it 3 years ago. But they're finally getting rid of the previous gen and giving us a proper current gen version of the game. And I'm ecstatic. Ecstatic. It's kind of a bummer we're not going to get 120 frames, but whatever. If we get a better looking game at the locked 60 frames, I'm in. But it'll be hard going from PC back to console again. But I just want to get back in there and play with the homies. I want to get back in there and play with the boys, you know? Sure do. I play like 2 matches of PUBG like once a month now. I don't know. In a while, right? just 2? Just the 2? And you're like, okay, I'm good. I've had my fill. I'm good for now. See you next month. Yeah, for me, Smoke, I think my biggest problem and the thing that really made me, I will not lie. I will be 100% honest with you here. The last game that I played, I fucking rage quit. I probably scared the hell out of Subnuke. But I had enough of the nonsense. And I'm screaming like, how am I shooting you in the head and I die? How does that work? And then everyone's like, oh, it's the bullets, man. You got to have the blue bullets. You have the green bullet. You got to have a bullet's a bullet. I'm shooting you in the face. Like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. So I had enough of that. But when you have a game where the speed is faster than Tarkov, when the movement is faster, everything's faster than Tarkov, but your healing system is the same fucking speed as Tarkov, that's a problem. If you're going to speed up the movement, you're going to speed up the gameplay, the gunplay, then you got to speed up the healing as well. That's one of the biggest takeaways for me. So what ended up happening to us is that when we got jumped, we die because we were trying to heal. We're already down a man. They're pushing us, you know. So now it's 3v2 because the third guy is trying to heal. They go down like a sack of potatoes. The last guy finally gets his heal off. He turns around the corner and he gets smoked by all 3 of them. That's how it went down every fucking time. So it just, at the end of the day, I was just like, I'm good. I'm good. I just won't play extraction shooters for a while. I'll be fine. So it doesn't have the same feel anymore like it used to. PUBG, no. I try to watch people in the community play, but no one ever does. Cody Trahan's the only one that still plays in streams. I should specify that. He's the only one that still streams when he plays. Rick James and Peak, they play quite a bit. Metal Josh claims that he plays, but I haven't seen him stream in a minute either, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Rowdy Joe, I don't think he cares anymore. Rowdy Joe's all about the Tarkov, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm just looking at who I can call out in chat right now. Who's in here right now? Big Almac plays every day. But Charm won't let him stream because she knows that if I find out that she's playing crossplay off, I'm going to give her shit. She doesn't want me knowing that she plays crossplay off because then she comes in and she, oh, I just got done playing some ranked games, guys. It's like, no, you weren't. You liar. You weren't playing ranked. You're scared. You've been playing this game for 6 years. You're too scared to play against real people. Get out of here. I was hoping she was here. I'm going to clip that and send it to her later. There we go. I'm going to send that to her. I take back something I said. I passed once, and the new Xboxes work better with TV. The new Xboxes work better with TV or with your TV than monitor. Really? You do understand that TVs are different. They're a different animal, right? They increase latency. Upscaling, if you're on a 4K TV and you're feeding it, it's gonna upscale even more, which creates even more latency. I mean, granted, TVs are bigger, but like if I haven't played console on a TV in a long time. I've always at a monitor on a desk. That's how I play. Not shaming you if you play on a TV, but what makes you think that the TV is a better way to play? I'm interested in knowing now. Even when I played PUBG on TV, but at the time I had a plasma, so I didn't have a whole lot of latency. There wasn't a whole lot of latency there. Plasmas are amazing TVs, and they don't make them anymore, unfortunately. But even when I was playing PUBG on that TV setup, I would still pull a chair up to the TV. I wouldn't sit on my couch. I was sitting right there looking. And then that's when I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I got to get a fucking desk. And that's when and not the most dust proof. She don't even get online. See, what do you say? She play? What do you mean? Like she doesn't play anymore? Or are you saying like she doesn't even play like on their servers? Do it. Then monitors. Oh, okay. So you think the TVs are better than monitor? Okay. You need just like do yourself a favor and get yourself a really good monitor. There's a couple people in the community. They were having problems with their games and stuff, and then come to find out they're still playing on a very old monitor that's like a 60 hertz like old school monitor. And I was like, well, there's your problem. You got to get the monitors are fucking cheap nowadays. Get something that's got at least 140 refresh rate. 1080p if you want. If you can throw a couple extra bucks in there, go 1440p. Go 1440p, something like 144. I mean, you can. My monitor, I got it Micro Center. This is a Acer Predator, and I think I got it for like 180 bucks, maybe a little less than that. I don't know, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. I don't really need anything more, especially for what I do, because I cap my shit at 120 anyhow because I'm streaming, and when you stream. Capping it at multiples of 60 is better. So I cap everything at 120. So I don't even utilize my monitor is 170 or 180 or something like that refresh. It doesn't matter. I don't run my games at that anyhow, but I would 100% try getting like a better monitor and plugging your shit in there and dialing your settings in. That's what I would do. Try it. Just try it and then let me know. Or borrow borrow your friend's monitor instead of buying one, and just try it out and compare the two. I think we'd be pleasantly surprised. Monitor will always be king. Yep, same. Little face in a 55-inch TV. Yes, dude. Absolutely. There's just a rise of people buying the new Xbox and then getting a 4K monitor to make it cheaper. You better off getting the latest TV that do all that. Honestly, I wouldn't buy a fucking 4K monitor for a console. That's a waste of money. Because you do realize that the consoles don't do 4K native, right? It's an upscale. And then your TV's upscaling it again. So you're creating so much latency, and you're not really getting the good quality picture. I mean, I'm not trying to shame you, but I'm trying to just grab you and gently shake you, just shake some sense into you. Don't play console on 4K. Don't do it. You think frame generation in NVIDIA is fake frames? That's what your console's doing, is providing fake frames. I would refrain from doing that, but 1440p on console looks pretty good. I see a difference between 1080p and 1440p when I'm playing games like Hitman on my monitor. But if I go to my 4K like TV, which we do, I put it on my TV to play Jackbox when my kids come over. So there's a lot of back and forth, which sucks, but I don't notice any fucking difference. I have an OLED monitor and it stomps my OLED TV. Oh man. A TV that has 4K 120 is still pricey. I play in a 32-inch Samsung OLED monitor. I can never go back to esports style games on a TV. No. And that's the other thing is that, I see a lot of people talk about how All these console games should be at 120. What is it that's coming out? Delta Force is locked at 60, and people are talking about, but they're playing on their TV, and like, you really have a TV that's capable of doing 120 hertz? A 4K TV that does 120 hertz? I mean, you might want to look at that instruction manual, because your Walmart TV is probably not doing that. So I wouldn't. There's nothing better. I think there's for me, it heals my heart, and it hits me right in the feels when somebody makes the transition from console to PC, and they really start getting into PC, and they're really looking at things differently, and their eyes are finally open. That's woke. Woke gaming. And they finally go, oh my God, I was doing it wrong the whole fucking time. That right there just makes me feel so much better. That makes me feel so much better. So I wish that upon everyone here. At some point, I want you to get into some PC gaming and really see what you're missing out on. Got my 240 hertz Acer Nitro for around 180. Yeah. Yep, 27-inch 1440. Yep, exactly. Mine's a few years old now. Mine's I think we got ours in right around the pandemic. We got our TV and this monitor right around the pandemic. The Xbox on Splitgate 2, for example, can do 60 FPS at 120 hertz on my TV on a monitor. It's different with the right setup on PC. You can do 120 hertz at 120, for example. Right. But that's the other thing. Just because you're turning on the 120 in the settings on your console doesn't mean the games are producing 120. That's another myth that a lot of people still believe. It's just allowing your console to go up to that if the game allows it. But you got to remember the game is still locked at whatever the developer put out there. So a lot of games are locked at 60, and they think that they made that setting, they set it in there, and they think that their TV or their monitor is producing 120 frames, which it's not. So, but these are all things that you typically wouldn't think about. Like, there's still a large percentage of people that don't realize you can plug a mouse and keyboard into your console and play games on it. So there's, a lot of people just don't know what they own. They don't know what they have or what they're missing. I bought a 4K monitor. There was a huge night and day difference. Good morning, wife. There she is. She messaged me. Yep. Okay. I'll BRBs, and I'll be right here. RH. If you're really fussy what monitor you use for your new Xbox, it's probably okay, but you're probably still using more power than what you would on a TV. PCs are more expensive, better copying with monitors, but I hear the 2027 or 6 consoles will be different. Again, that's a myth. A monitor is always going to be better. Okay, I do this. Take if your monitor has a speaker on it, probably doesn't. Take a Roku. Take a 4K Roku or something, right? Plug that into your monitor. You'll probably enjoy the picture way better on your monitor than you will on your TV. Laura, you're gonna get a better picture. You're gonna get better latency. Your refresh rate's gonna be way better than a TV's gonna be. Even if you got one of the most expensive TVs around, you're typically gonna have latency. You're just not gonna have what a monitor produces. Because you got to remember, a TV is really built for television and Blu-ray, and movies typically run at what, 30 frames, 30 FPS, 30 hertz or whatever. They're meant for viewing television, TVs and movies and things like that. Gaming's a lot different. Gaming's a different world. And yes, it still works on your TV, but I'm just saying that, like, between your TV and your monitor, you're always going to have a better experience, better picture with a monitor. Unless you're using an old cheap monitor that's 15 years old that only does 60, and you have to use a DVI to HDMI converter to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you're not going to have a. All I'm saying is at least try it. I know you like your TV, but borrow somebody's gaming monitor, plug your shit into that and play, and then get back to me and tell me if it made a difference. If it didn't, then whatever. But I don't know. Good morning on this beautiful day. Morning Miss Beat. Monitors are king versus TVs in the gaming sphere. It is, yeah. But again, I mean, not everyone, like there are people out there that don't notice a difference between 60 frames and 120. It's just all in, the way that you were built, the way your parents built you, your mom, really, the way your mom built you. And then there are people that do see a difference between 120 and higher, where majority of people don't really see a difference over 100. But there are people like that, and they're probably the pros. They have the better reflexes and the better eyeballs than we do. Yes, but the Xbox is not a PC. Choose your monitor wisely. Xbox designed for more modern TVs. They kind of say, hey, get a newer TV when you get one. I mean, consoles are pretty much computers. It may not be necessarily a PC, but they're pretty much they're like specifically designed PCs that only do a certain thing. Now, if you could crack this and put your own operating system on it, you could probably just it would just be a computer. But you can't get their operating system off it. But if you could get your operating system off and put Linux or Windows on it, you probably wouldn't even know the difference. If I was able to put a different operating system on there and put you in front of it and have you do your normal daily routine that you normally do on a computer, you probably never even know that you were actually on a console. And the GPU, it's technically an APU. It's an AMD APU, which is a CPU and a GPU combined. The GPU end of things is on par with a 2070 Super, or right around, it's between a 2070 Super and a 3060, an RTX 3060. So really, it is more of a PC than you think. And when you go into your settings, you go into your in the console, you'll see that there are options where you can set it for TV and then PC. It's called PC RGB, because TVs don't use the full spectrum, the full color spectrum, not the autistic spectrum, the full color spectrum, where monitors use the whole thing. So you actually get better colors with a monitor as well. Something else to just consider. Now I think OLED is different. OLED might be. I'm not too up to date on OLED. I'm on a QLED still, but OLED TVs might be different. But correct me if I'm wrong, please. I'm not here to create nonsense. I want to give it to you straight. It's not a bad idea. TV will always have background lag, fuzzy, less clear pictures, input lag. Exactly. Yeah. Maybe being pretty paranoid. My last Xbox broke. I think I split e-liquids into it. You spilt e-liquids into it? That's another reason to have it. Another reason to have it on your desk, on the opposite side of your desk. Don't ever put anything on top of your console. By the way, guys, I've had a couple people that I know personally. I'm not going to call anybody out. They had things blocking the fan, and one person had a fucking drink on top of their Series X, and I wanted to slap the shit out of them and rescue that Xbox. But I calmed myself, and I gently slapped their face and told them to take the glass off the fucking Xbox. Don't ever let me see that happen, guys. That's abuse. That's electronic abuse, and I will take it away from you and give it a better home. Thankfully, I have a very nice parent who bought me another a few years later. Aww. It's awesome but crazy. OLED monitors provide unparalleled contrast and motion clarity because each pixel lights itself, creating perfect blacks, while QLED monitors use a backlight to illuminate quantum dots, offering higher brightness and a longer lifespan with less perfect black levels and no risk of burn-in. Did you copy and paste that, or are those your own words? That was very professional. I like it. Get the ass. That's right, Rowdy. Rowdy fucking knows. I love Rowdy. Rowdy's always in the background going, This is Rowdy. Yep. No, I can't stand for this. I gotta type this shit. Oh, I love it. I always know Rowdy's here. He may not be typing. He may not be in chat talking, but you know he's there listening at all times. What are you selling tickets to? The gun show? I told you I'm spicy today, guys. I'm in a good mood. I was very untidy at time keeping tidier things these days. Good. As you should. As you should, sir. Born in 90, that means that you're 35 this year, right? So yes. Agreed. So like a drawing for a BB gun. That's cool. But don't you live in Texas? Isn't it illegal to sell BB guns in Texas? I thought it was like it's either full ammunition, like 22s are your BB guns, aren't there? Maybe that's what you're referring to. It's a 22 rifle, but you guys call them BB guns out there. It sounds odd that you'd be getting rid of a BB gun in Texas, where even the infants come strapped. Copy and paste. Okay. I got an L desk. It was a life changer. So nice. I know. I'm going to need one too. So my desk is 6 feet. Okay. And the way I have I have 3 monitors. I have 2 24s on either side and a 27 in the middle. I have one mount. I have a bar that comes up and it holds all 3 monitors. Okay. The monitors overhang each end of the desk by about that much. I have no room. This desk is all monitor and microphone. I have my Series X behind that monitor. I have my gaming PC behind that monitor because they're kind of the same footprint, very small. And then I had to bring in another table that kind of matches to put next to this to put my stream PC on. And then I have all my little tchotchkes and my little fun things there. And then it's the couch. I have no other room. So first of all, I needed my own gaming room, which hopefully I'll have down the road. And then I would definitely love an L-shaped desk, but I can't put one here because I'm like a foot away. Where I'm touching right now is a window. So yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm jealous. Bottom line is I'm fucking jealous of you guys with better setups than me. I just need room, man. I just need room. At least I have room for my coffee. That's all I really need. Just my coffee. Let's see. Need an L desk. Yeah, Smokey needs one too. We're all on board with that. I'm talking about your guns. Oh, that was a zinger and I missed it. Boop, 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 boop. That's funny, dude. I love it. We need to end on a high note. We'll see you guys tomorrow and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye. I'm kidding. You won't regret it. The space you save. I have a basket on one side. The other half comes around, obviously, and have shelves on them. Put that bad boy in a corner and your room grows. Oh, yeah. I would like to. I love the green screen. I love, especially like for this. This looks great. I think this is the way to do it. Obviously, I would love my green screen to be wider. I should have got the Elgato green screen XL because I don't have a whole lot of room. That's why, like, you can see that I obviously have borders here. I would like it to be a little bit wider, but eventually I want my own gaming room so that when I have the camera on, you get to see everything behind me, and then you get to see all my nerdy shit. All my PUBG stuff that I got from when I was a PUBG partner for a few years. All my cool Star Wars shit, my cool Halo stuff, all my old video game retro shit would be on the walls behind me. Someday. I also want to get my PC off the ground. It's on a shelf attached to the desk, but I want it on the desk. Yes. Because you never know. Like if someone were to accidentally spill something, I've seen it too many times. I've repaired a couple computers where people have spilled things or a cat knocked a water dish over somehow on top of a computer that was on the floor. And yeah, it's not good. When liquids get in there, the first thing I tell you guys, turn that fucker off immediately. Pull the plug and don't do anything to it. Because some of these people let that thing run until it becomes a problem or sparks start coming out of the fucking computer. I'm like, I don't know what happened. Yeah, guys, don't do that. Keep it off the floor. Not only for that, but dust reasons as well. They get dusty on the floor. It's where you don't want it. So I highly recommend that as well. Louis still hasn't shown up. It's been an hour and a half. We might as well change things up a little bit. Saturday's cleaning day for the. I said that last week too. I got to clean my wife's out. Again, my wife has the best looking PC in the house. It's one of my favorite builds I've ever done, and it's starting to get a little grimy on the inside, a lot of dust and such. And I got to get it out there, get her cleaned up. So this is what we're gonna do, ladies and gents. What day is it? Thursday. I already told you. Why are you guys yelling at me? Jesus. Today is the 28th. It is Metal Gear Snake Eater Day, or not, depending on if you're gonna buy it or not. Today is National Thoughtful Day. Like when Rowdy Joe called my muscles BBs. That was very thoughtful of him. Thank you. Thank you. National Red Wine Day. Who here likes wine? Anyone here drink wine at all? The wife and I have dabbled in the wine and cheese. We do still do charcuterie boards. We like those. We enjoy those. But I'm not a wine guy. I prefer a good IPA to a wine. Not for me. My grandma loves wine though. My grandma's she's a wino. Dude, this is amazing. It's National Power Rangers Day. Yes. That's awesome. I'm gonna see if the kids want to watch Power Rangers with me today. They'll probably say no. Also, it's National Bow Tie Day. And what makes it so special is this picture is of a dog with a bow tie. Yeah. What a silly boy. Rainbow Bridge Remembrance. What's Rainbow Bridge? Rainbow Bridge Remembrance. Anyone want to look that up and tell me what that's all about? National Cherry Turnover Day. Yeah, day. Dare. Cherry turnover. I haven't had cherry turnover in years. I need to though. And that's it. So there we go. Cherry turnover day, Rainbow Bridge Remembrance, bow tie, Power Rangers. Yeah. After school, when I was in early high school, I get home from school. We lived out in the country. We lived out there in the woods. I got like 4 channels. Fox 66 was one of them. And they always had Power Rangers on in the afternoon. So I'd get home, make myself a big bowl of cereal, and I'd sit there and I'd watch fucking Power Rangers, and then I'd start humping on my homework. Yeah. Remember homework, guys? Yeah. Your kids don't have it. We did. And then Red Wine Day and National Thoughtful Day. So again, thank you for being thoughtful. Rowdy, I love you. You're the best. Gonna redo thermal paste as well. There you go. Are you not happy with the temps? Do slide a little thermal grizzly on there. Your computer will thank you. And stay away from liquid metal. I'm not a fan of that right now. Too many stories about it dripping out and getting on things, and yeah, especially in consoles. I haven't had an issue with mine, but I have seen and heard of that happening with PS5s and Series X's. So, and I don't know if it's worth it for an extra 3 or 4 degrees. Unless you're already there. If you're at the threshold, if you're at the 90 degree Celsius threshold, maybe you want to go with that. But if you're under that, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Bad experience, red, not so much white. Yeah, white wines are a little better. I'm not a fan of the red wines, the drier stuff. Going shopping. All right, get me something. Grab me something while you're out. I'll take an Arizona tea. That reminds me, my son works 3rd shift. And when he got home this morning, our daughter missed the bus. So he gave her a ride to school, which was nice. Good big brother. Then he got back home. The wife and I go downstairs and like, I'm smelling something good. My wife says, what smells like burned toast? Our son had made, he cooked a steak for, well, his dinner. So when we wake up to steak in the house, like, oh man, it smells good. And then he said, oh yeah, I got you guys some Arizona teas, by the way. Who's this guy? Who's this guy coming home making steaks and buying us things? What a great kid. Proud of him. He's about to be 21 too, so I'll be taking him out for a drink. We'll get him all kinds of shitty. To honor and celebrate the pets we've lost. Oh, the Rainbow Bridge? Okay, thank you for looking that up. Appreciate it. That makes sense. That makes sense. I think we've all lost a pet at some point. We lost a dog 4 years ago now. 4 or 5 years ago now. And it was a sad situation. My wife was heartbroken until we got another dog. And now she's good. But she always remembers that first dog we had together. They say 2 to 3 years, so it's about that time. I ordered the Grizzly when you mentioned it last time. BB. Oh, I need to do that. I'm gonna do that later. I always say I'm gonna do things and I never do it. But I think I can pull that off. It's gonna be emote of me flexing, and it's just gonna say BB at the bottom. Who would like to see that? And then I'll put it behind a paywall, which means you can only get it if you subscribe to me. Loving it. Love these ideas. This is great. Perfect. Done. Done. All right, so that's over. We're done with that. Boop. Okay. So I'm not going to be playing Metal Gear until they obviously fix that coming up. It'll probably be a few days and we'll see an NVIDIA update. There might even be one there now. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. But I think I'll wait for like a winter sale and I'll pick it up then. So I'm not missing out on that right now. Like really the only thing I'm focused on is in 6 days. Is it 6 days? Are there 31 days in August or 30? I think it's 31. So in 7 days, a week from today, the new DLC for Indiana Jones is coming out. And that's what I'm waiting for. I've been waiting 9 fucking months for this. It's been a long time, and I can't wait to get back into playing Indiana Jones again. I'm really looking forward to that. And then we got a handful of good games coming out in September and October and November, and yeah. So September is usually a bad time for me. I start getting to the point where like I know I can feel like the weather's already starting to get chilly. Like Smokey said, it was like 66 and something. It got down to like 45 degrees last night. It was freezing in the house. But it's going to get up to 80 on Tuesday. We just got to wait till Tuesday. But we're starting to get into fall. Fall means winter, and winter means cabin fever. So, yeah. You'll see me playing games more often. But the smile may not be as big as it is now. So take a picture. Only 3 more years. My wife tells me 3 more years and we can get the hell out of this state. I'm counting the days. I mean, I would if I can count that high, but either way. So back to what I was originally saying. I did play a game last night. It's been a while since I played really anything. With the exception of like, I played some games with Smokey last weekend, but, or last week. I got into, Battlefield 2042. I didn't know what else to play. And then someone had said something about Battlefield's got this free pass right now, this battle pass going on that unlocks stuff for Battlefield 6. I don't know if I'm going to buy the game. I don't, but I'm like, why not? I'll jump in there and play a few games. They have a conquest mode now, which is no vehicles. It's just close quarter combat. It's like a huge team deathmatch type deal. I'm having a really good time with this. I played last night for an hour and a half. To the point where my wife's like, I'm going to bed. See ya. Like, oh, I'll be right there. 20 minutes later. Yeah. I know it's not. I know that it's not the best. It definitely doesn't feel like a Battlefield. It feels weird. Kind of feels like a knockoff, maybe. But I had a great time with it last night. And then then I'm like immediately like, okay, what are the meta guns? What character should I run? And I did a lot of research last night, and I found some stuff that I'm going to try out today. So later today, I'll be playing a little bit of that. Pink Penguin's even doing that right now. So there you go. I don't know. Would anybody be interested in running a little Battlefield 2042 maybe? Anybody at all? It is available in Game Pass. But for those of us that are on PC, you have to actually download the EA app, because there are certain games where you have to, it's free to play within the Game Pass thing, but you have to utilize for like Assassin's Creed, you have to have the Ubisoft app. If you want to play the Call of Duties, and I think it's the Crash Bandicoot game, you have to download the BattleNet app. If you want to play anything that's EA related that they give you through Game Pass, you have to download the EA app. So it's kind of a bummer in that regard, where console, it just allows you to play it. But Smokey will play anything. Download a new game, Prison Escape Sim. You got to dig your own way out of prison. I think I played that. Is it called The Escapist, or is that the name of it? So I played The Escapist like 10 years ago. One of my kids showed it to me. And it's kind of like a Roblox type game, but you have to figure out how to break out of each prison. And then there's a Walking Dead spinoff, and then there's The Escapist 2. I think there's a third version. Those are pretty fun games. Those are pretty fun. I do, but only in the afternoon. Okay. I might be out in the afternoon too. I have some videos and stuff I'm trying to get knocked out. I have some gray zone stuff I want to put out there for you guys. Just those last couple of dicey runs that I did when I was at task 190 and 192, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then I have a Hitman video that I was working on a few months ago. It's probably too fucking late now, but I completely forgot that because I was doing 2 videos at the same time, and I forgot about the first one, and I never put it out there. So I'm working on that as well. So I got a lot of things I'm doing, but I wouldn't mind playing some games today, tonight, whatever. But either way, I'll be on. I'm pretty sure I ran into Scarecrow last night too, by the way, guys. I'm pretty sure there's a Scarecrow sighting. It showed that he was playing in game, and oh, cool, you know. So I got in there and I played my first one, and I kept seeing Scarecrow in the kill feed on my team, but he wasn't in my my squad. So after I tried going in there and checking it out, but I didn't know how to get back into the So I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he was in my game. And he was pretty high up on the leaderboard, so good on him. Good on him. Just called Prison Escape Simulator. Okay, that's a different game then. That's a different game. Interesting. Is it like Shawshank Redemption? Can I put a Cheryl Teague's picture over it to to hide it? That's cool. That is a blast for real. So yeah, I mean, out of all the games, my computer just fucking freaked out on me. It heard me say it. It must have heard me say something negative about it. Every once in a while, my monitor does this. I don't know if it's my monitor or if the video card's starting to have an issue, or maybe it's NVIDIA drivers. I don't know. Every once in a while, it goes to sleep and then I can't get it to come back up. I don't know. What's your take on 2042 abilities for characters? I don't like it. I don't like those things. But again, that's like, that's just, I like even playing field type games. I like the classes. I like that, one class has, ammo, and one class, does, and typically in games, right? But this game has got like everything kind of combined. Like the support class is kind of the medic, but you can also do ammo. And then each character has a different ability. So there's meta characters as well per class. There's 3 characters that have their own abilities per class, and there's 4 classes. It's kind of confusing at first, but once you figure out what the meta is and you just stick to those characters, it kind of works out pretty well. But again, I don't care. I'm one of those guys where I'm like, get rid of the abilities, give us all the same availability to guns, and put us in an arena and just let us go to it. The old Call of Duty way. That's me. That's what I like. So putting a certain abilities in games that only certain players have, and then you have to counter those abilities with a different count. Yeah, that's just, I don't like that. I just want to shoot people. So, you got to lift up the rug and dig down, find items to sell the guards, which he gives you TP. Then you can use the TP to buy upgrades from other inmates. That's cool. I mean, it really gets you prepared for prison. Is there dropping the soap in the shower? Is that part of the game? Is that like a little mini game? Protect your butthole. And why is Manic not here? All of this we have gold. We're putting out some gold content, and Manic is not here, and I'm a little frustrated with this situation right now. That's why I like Battlefield 6. I don't like these characters in 2042 and Delta. No, I just give me a support class, or give me a class, right? The 4 classes is fine. And give me character skins. I don't need each character. I don't need 3 different characters that have umpteen different skins per character Because like I'm a guy, I like to play as a guy in game. I have no problem with girls playing in games. I have no problem with that. But if I had the option between a male and a female, I'm going to play a guy. You know, like, so the meta for the support class is Falk or something like that. It's a woman. I have no problem. I'm just saying I prefer to play as a guy. No offense to anybody or anything. That's just my preference, right? But in order for me to play the meta character, I have to play as a female, which is whatever, fine. But it's not, I don't know. I want to be a guy. Oh, man. All these people out there worried about a transgender person going into the bathroom, in the women's bathroom, but then they go home and they play video games as a female. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. It's crazy to me. Make it make sense, please. Why do we need abilities? Give me a damn gun and let me shoot people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Smoke, you and I are the same, bro. We're kindred spirits, I think, when it comes to the games. We have a lot of similarities and we prefer the same things a lot in certain games, but Tarkov, you and I will never agree on. I kid. I'm kidding. Play what you want. I'm not here to shame you or tell you different. I just don't like the game. Metal Josh wasn't here to appreciate that little quip, so. Coffee's getting cold, guys. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Might have to go freshen that up here. So that's where you're gonna find me, probably for the next couple days. I was trying to. I don't know what the hell is going on with my PC here. There, is that gonna get it? Oh, okay. I wanted to see if Game Pass dropped anything this morning. I don't think they did. They're pretty good about letting us know what's coming out. They do shadow drop quite a bit, but it's never really anything like crazy good, you know? Did you guys see that, I think it was last week, they put Assassin's Creed Mirage in Game Pass? So if you guys haven't played that, if you guys have kind of got burned out on the last few Assassin's Creeds, being, Odyssey, and then Valhalla, Mirage, I think you really like Mirage because it went back to its initial roots. And it was more of like the older Assassin's Creed type games. And I had, if you guys remember, I streamed it for you guys. I think it was last year, 2 years ago now, year and a half ago, almost 2 years now. And I had a really, really good time with it. And they're coming out with some new DLC for it, free DLC by Christmas. They're going to add some more stuff to it. So it's there for you. So if you haven't played it or you never finished it, it's on Game Pass. Go download it and have a good time. Don't hate, don't love it. I only played the PvE mode. Oh, I got you. Okay. It's different though, isn't it? It's very, very, very different. It's kind of along the lines of like Arma. Arma's a pretty heavy mill sim, but there's some other ones way back when. I wish I could remember the names of them. I'll have to think. Something Dragon, Operation Flash Dragon or Dragon Flash or something like that. These are old 360 games. Those were pretty heavy mill sim games. So either way. All right. We are a hour and 43 minutes into stream. I'm having a good time. You guys are very talkative today. I love it. I love Taco Thursdays. I need to grab some more coffee because this is cold. I am drinking iced coffee now. I don't prefer it that way. So I'm going to hit the restroom, grab some more coffee. I will be back in just a minute. All right, I'm back. I had to turn some lights on and stuff and close some windows. It's starting to rain over here now. So 61 and raining. Brr. And it got a little chilly again. Oh well. I had to open some windows because again, that kid made some steak this morning and he's new to cooking. So we had to let it air out a little bit. He did good. All right. So let's see. I'm taking a look real quick here on the Game Pass situation, see what's going on. That's weird. So, when was it? Was it a month ago or so? 2 months ago now, I want to say, that they added Call of Duty World War II to Game Pass. Now it says that they added the Windows version, but we played the Windows version. So I'm not sure why they're putting it up now. Maybe they fixed it. I doubt it though. Yeah, because this shows the release date as December 16th of 24. That's not right. We played through the campaign. Weird. Huh. I don't know. That's so weird. Now, and it's showing that none of my achievements went through. Huh. All right. Am I losing my mind? We played through this. All right. Anyhow, this claims that as of today, it's out there. We had Gears of War Reloaded. Was it 2 days ago? On the 26th, yeah. So Gears of War Reloaded's out there for you. And then apparently they just dropped Call of Duty World War II on us as well. So there you go. There ya goes. But everything else, there's been a lot of games that came out in the last week. Nine Kings, Blacksmith Master, Void Breaker, Persona 4 Golden, The Rogue, Prince of Persia. If you guys like Prince of Persia and rogue-like games. Is there one called Herdling? We have to herd a bunch of weird looking animals. So there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of games, not necessarily for me, but there's a lot of different options out there for everybody, which is great. Currently one friend playing Gears of War Reloaded. Who's playing Gears of War right now? Big Almax playing Gears of War. Good on him. Good on him, man. Did you know 2042 has an extraction too? It's called Hazard. I did not. I've never even heard of it. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? Random topic. Has anyone used the What Not app? As a wise man once said, life sucks, then you die. Unless you're, is it Nas? They hear that life's a bitch and then you die. Me neither. I didn't know. It's not that bad. Okay. All right. What does it remind you of as an extraction? What other extraction shooter out there is it closest to? You just have to collect data drives and get to one of two exfils. Okay, so there isn't like go in and grab loot and come out and you can kill other operators and take their stuff, and it's more of like a objective based extraction shooter. Get in, do this mission, and then get out. That's kind of cool. Yo, I'm back. Didn't take long. Just got milk, pasta, and cheese. A milk, pasta, cheese sandwich. I like that. Do you get the bread to make it a sandwich? The essentials. That's right. That's what I always wondered. Like whenever there's a big storm up here in Michigan, all the people run to the stores and they always get milk, bread, and eggs. And I'm always like, what are they making? An egg and milk sandwich? And my wife told me, she's like, well, it's kind of like they're bases for a lot of different meals. I'm like, but still, like, you need that much of it? It's really what it is, panic buying. Just like during the pandemic, You couldn't find fucking toilet paper anywhere because apparently everyone thought they were going to be sitting at home wiping their asses all day. So then we saw, and just so you guys know, when the pandemic was over, we saw a lot of people trying to sell their unused toilet paper that they had stocked up on like Facebook and Craigslist. And yeah, people had bought so much of it, it had taken over their house. I had seen pictures of people that in a spare bathroom, they had stacked up all this paper product in their shower because they didn't really use it and they thought they were going to use it while they're in the, but then the pandemic is over and they still have this fucking shower stacked to the ceiling with paper towels in toilet paper. What did you think was going to happen? All of a sudden you're going to be at home wiping your ass more than usual? I don't know. People are weird sometimes, man. People are crazy. As a team, each individual can hold 5 drives. Okay. I said to them, happy Apple turnover day for a laugh when I got it. I buy milk at least twice a week. That's one thing we do not buy here anymore. I'm allergic to dairy, so I can't really have it anymore, which sucks. I used to love some ice cream, but we were starting to get like almond milk and stuff like that, but it just doesn't have the same taste. It's not bad, but I'm not really big into milk. And then none of our kids drink it anymore. So we don't really buy milk anymore. Every once in a while we'll get like a half gallon. We'll see a half gallon. One of the kids might've brought it home and it's sitting in the fridge, but it usually goes bad and we have to throw it out. So that's one thing that we don't drink around here is milk. I mean, cherry turnover. Either way, man, cherry's cherry. And yet no one buys condoms in the end of the world pandemic. No, you're right though. You're right. So the wife and I, she had never seen the movie Idiocracy, and I've seen it a handful of times. It's just a classic. But I showed it. I finally got my wife to watch it with me, and I always tease about kind of like in the direction the country's going. Like this is what we're going to end up as, eventually. And she thought I was always joking, but then she watched the movie. And she's like, "Yeah, you're right. We're getting to that era. We're getting to that point now where the point of no return." But it kind of reminds me of the very beginning where like they had 2 different people. They had the couple that had the high IQ and they were waiting for the proper time to have children. They're waiting until they had the nest egg and they had the house and they were waiting for proper time. And then they blew their opportunity. Then they couldn't have kids. And then it didn't work out for them. Meanwhile, the guy with the low IQ was banging everybody in the neighborhood. And he ended up having like 500 kids, like Genghis Khan and shit. And so that the people with the low IQs just kept expanding. And then the people with the high IQs never had kids. It's just so funny. When you said that, it just reminded me of that. The people that should be using those aren't using those. And I agree. I could drink milk with any meal. He's a milk guy. He's a dairy guy. I have tits, fucker. Can you milk me? Lukewarm coffee. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Big Al Mac, how far are you into the campaign? I ended up beating it. The other day. I was gonna finish it on stream for you guys, but I couldn't wait, so I ended up finishing it the day before, and then I mopped up a couple of achievements yesterday, so I can delete it. But yeah, need one of them heated mugs. You know what I realized is that you make a good point there, but when I'm doing this, when I'm just talking, you guys were just doing this podcast, news channel, whatever you guys want to call it, whatever it's gonna eventually turn into. I don't drink coffee as much. I don't ever eat anymore. Like when I'm streaming and we're playing games and stuff, I mean, I'll stop and I'll drink coffee and I'll shove some shit in my mouth and whatever. I just don't do it anymore. And we had what was it? Beginning of the week, last week, I ended up doing a 3-hour stream and took no breaks. I didn't even realize it had been 3 hours until I looked at the clock. I'm like, holy shit. Now I know I'm a talker. Always have been. So yeah, going forward, I might need one of these heated mugs, but I still need it to say like asshole or something at the bottom. So I can indirectly call you guys assholes. It's all about keeping that caffeine level at a certain balance throughout the talk, throughout the talky talk. Oh, you know, I downloaded this game last week or 2 weeks ago now. Jesus Christ, I can't even get my words straight. Aliens Fireteam Elite. Now, I remember playing this before. I think this is the second time it's been on Game Pass because I could have swore to God I played this years ago with Bad Monkey and someone else. But I remember it being a pretty fun time. Has anybody played this? Has anyone tried this game? Aliens Fireteam Elite? I wouldn't mind putting together a squad one night and running through that. This looks like one of those games where you guys are always telling me that I need to play with other people. Oh yeah, there we go. At the top it says time played 4.1 hours. So I have put some time into this. I just don't remember when it was. Too bad it's not like Steam and it tells me like the last time I booted the game up. But I got, oh, here it goes. Yep, there we go. January 3rd of 22. So it's been 3 years. Wow. 3 years since I played this game. I got 3 achievements out of it in the same day. Probably when I was playing that night with them guys. Finish the priority 1 campaign. Get grappled 5 times in the same mission. Totally me. Equip a colorway and decal onto a gun. Okay. So this game's been out for a minute. Doesn't say when it originally released, but played the first time I hit Game Pass. Yeah, so there you go. Same thing. What was your takeaway? I don't remember it. I just remember having a good time. I just remember laughing because I think it was me or Bad Monkey. One of us it was probably me, kept getting grappled, and they had to keep saving my ass. You should do stand-up comedy to me. Maybe you do. I would love to. I got a lot of material. That's pretty much what this is anyhow. It's just, you guys laughing at me, whether it's jokes or not. Whether it's the BBs or it's the jokes, it doesn't, either way. Aliens Left 4 Dead, is that what it is? Okay. So for right now, Left 4 Dead, speaking of Toxic Commandos that John Carpenter's, oh my God, I'm really looking forward to that. I want more. I need to consume more information about that game. It's just sad that it's not coming out until next year. We have actually a handful of games coming out next year that I'm looking forward to. Halloween's another one of them. What was the other one? Oh, Exoborn. Exoborn may end up going into next year, depending on the next playtest, which starts in the middle of September. I'll let you guys know, but I'm kind of looking forward to that one as well. But that's it. As far as games coming out next year, that's really those are the only ones that I'm aware of and I'm actually looking forward to right now. Is there anything have they announced anything that's coming out next year that you guys are looking forward to besides those games? Anything else? While you guys are typing, I'm going to go look. Oh, schedule 1-hit update. Yes. All right, so it's official. It's not just the Schedule 1 finally got the 4.0 update, the 0.4.0 update, which adds the cartel. Now, this was in an open beta for a while, but the full update has been released. Let's see. Yes. Cartel player deals, ambushes, dealer robbings, dead drop theft, cartel customer deals. Add a new property, the Highland Manor. Yes. Add a new vehicle called the Hot Box. Added a graffiti system, spray paint item, graffiti cleaner, a pump shotgun. Obviously the shotgun shells that go with that. Added a new hairstyle called a close buzz cut. A Tony hairstyle, whatever that is, probably long slicked back hairstyle. They added a couple commands. An automatic save game backup feature. This will automatically generate a backup of your save file when you first load it on a new version of the game. It's enabled by default and you can be turned off. Okay, so I like that. That was part of my problem, is that I wasn't saving it enough, which, you know me, that's what I do. Add some more loading screen hints. Urban Artist I added 2 new achievements. A lot of tweaks. Now dead or unconscious NPCs can be pickpocketed. You can now pickpocket the police. If you attack a customer, they will not order from you for 72 hours. Tweak the braking properties of all vehicles. Non-police NPCs can now use ranged weapons. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. A lot of bug fixes. He did a lot. He did a good job. So congrats, Tyler. This came out yesterday. This went live yesterday. I haven't played since May 6th. June, July, August. Almost 4 months ago. That's cool. Smokey played 12 minutes recently, though, and he did tell me about this. Smokey. Yeah, added 2 new achievements. That's cool. Graffiti, 25 surfaces in a single save. I like it. I'm going to go back in there and I'll play it later, but I'm still kind of bummed that we don't have, like, I'm to the point now where I need somebody that can handle, like, logistics of ordering and then stocking, because that's what I spend most of my day doing. I have fun during the day. I run around, do all my drug deals and stuff, make some money, you know, hand product off to my dealers and shit. And then at night, I have to worry about ordering all the product, getting it set up on the machines, waiting for the deliveries, doing all my money laundering. It'd be nice to see another money laundering spot that does twice as much as the car wash, because I think the car wash is the big one, right? Is it the car wash or is it the restaurant? Either way, we need another money laundering spot that does twice as much as whatever the highest one is now, because I'm sitting on so much money. And I know there are other people out there like me as well. You can't launder it fast enough, which is a real problem with the cartel. So, I mean, it is what it is. Has anything been said past February 26th? The only thing I can think of that's coming out next year past that date is GTA 6, but I'm not even interested in that game. So that's kind of off my radar. I don't really give a shit. Until it's coming out on PC, I don't really care. And even then, I probably won't even care. I'm not interested in playing a new beautiful game at 30 frames. That's just not, I don't care. Got better things to do with my time. But yeah, I have no idea. Well, Halloween, we don't know if when's Halloween coming out? That could be later in the year as well. It just says 26. What was the other one? Project Spectrum? I think that's later in the year too. I don't know. So that's interesting, guys. I have 77 and a half hours in Schedule 1. I have 100 hours in Surrounded. 100, yeah, just over 100 hours now. These 2 single developer games, they're both low poly games, very, very easy, but the core has a lot of stuff to it. It looks simple, but it's not. I have more playtime in these games than I do any of these other big games that have come out that I've spent 6 times as much money on. I think the indie and the single developers, I think they are the ones to keep an eye on, because they seem to be putting out more fun product, not better product, but more fun product than everybody else is putting out right now. Smokey's been literally addicted to this Dead Poly game that he's trying. And the only reason I haven't got it, the only reason I have not purchased it, it's only $10. It's cheap as shit, right? Is because I know that if it's anything like Surrounded and Smokey is addicted to it, I'll be right there with him. It's like not doing the bump, because you already know it's going to be a bad news for you. So you just avoid it. That's kind of where I'm at. I got to show some restraint. Okay. I'm too old for this shit. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Graphics don't matter. Just make quality games. Yeah. I still like my graphics. I think the last really good game that had amazing graphics and it was fun to play, Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is probably one of those games that just absolutely blew the doors off of graphics. If you had a machine to play it, if you had the proper machine to play it, which I still feel like I'm underpowered with a 4070. I'm jealous of all the guys with the 4090s and the 5090s that are out there. But I would love to be able to crank that thing up. I had to medium high settings, but still that game was absolutely incredible graphics wise. And it was very well optimized, if I do say so myself. The cosmetics got me addicted. Dude, when I saw the dead mouse, I told my wife this. I said, Smokey really wants me to get in this game. And he showed off a picture. And guess what he's wearing? A dead mouse helmet. And I'm like, that's it. That right there tells me I cannot play this fucking game. Because I will be just as addicted, if not more so than he is. Can't do it. Can't. No, that was it. That's dead mouse sealed the deal for me. I can't do it. The first bump will get you every time. Amen, bro. Amen. Yeah. Does anybody here, for the older people, does anybody remember the amazing Jonathan? The comedian magician? And he'd always have the magic dust, and he'd always sprinkle it, and he'd be like, there's a documentary on him. You guys, I think everyone should watch. It's very interesting. It's very funny, very sad. It's just, you should check it out. But if you've never seen or heard of the amazing Jonathan, you absolutely need to go to YouTube and check out some of his videos. They're older. They're probably, I think a lot of them are like very dated. They probably came from a VHS or a very bad cable channel. I don't know. But amazing Jonathan was amazing. He was hilarious. That was what my debate was about the other day with flagships, etc. But yeah, we feel it. Oh, I see what you're saying. The flagship games. Yeah. Games needs some tweaking, but it's still fun. Biggest update since release was just this month. Yeah, I saw that. It came out around the same time, 2022, right? So it's 3 years old. But it seems like in those years, this guy's figured it out. Same with Surrounded. It was kind of subpar, and then he started doing bigger and better updates in the last year. And it's just kind of blowing up. He just needs to add co-op. He needs to, besides everything else, needs to sit in the back, and he needs to figure out co-op. No one cares about PvP. No one wants PvP. We need co-op in that game, and then give us more stuff. But he needs to put everything else on hold and do co-op right now, not 3 years from now. Halo helmets, Power Ranger helmets, masks, so many different ones. How can you get away with that? How do you get away with that? That registered trademark. How do you add that in your game and not pay royalties to the other entities and still get away with it? Supposedly 2026, but he wants to add fishing. No one's going to be playing the game then. So you only have one shot, right? Eminem proved that to all of us. You only get one shot. And when your numbers on Steam, when your numbers went up and you saw that more people were buying the game and more people were playing your game, that's when you need to stop what you're doing and listen to feedback immediately. Because when those numbers dwindle again, there's a very, very slim chance that lightning's going to strike twice. So you can wait all you want, but if you bring it out next year and by then everybody else has moved on to other games, it's gonna be hard to get those people back, even if you're adding something that they added or the people are asking for a year in advance. I mean, I might go back and play it, but not many people are like me. They're not gonna want to like, oh yeah, I played that game. Oh, they added co-op, whatever. Moving on. We got something else going on now, you know? You gotta ride that. You gotta ride that wave of popularity and trends. You got to know the trends. You got to know when to strike. That's just like anything else. Gaming is no different. If no one sees the crime, there was no crime. That's true. As long as no one sees what they are doing with all this, then they won't get sued. I don't even think it would come to that. I think it'd be more of a cease and desist situation. The guy's not worth millions of dollars, and if he is, I mean, you know. They usually sue big companies. That's usually who you'd sue. You usually do cease and desist to the little guy, unless you're a complete asshole, like Apple. If you're like Apple or Metallica, then you sue the little guys. Even have Among Us plushies to collect, plus many more. Oh, that's awesome! My daughter loves Among Us. That's all she plays anymore. Yeah, or Nintendo. There you go. Thank you, Nintendo. Nintendo is probably the biggest culprit out there. Nintendo sues everybody. It could be a fan project that's making no money. Or it could be a project that they're in the midst of making And I think a lot of these guys are just trying to get noticed, really, to get noticed by these companies. Look what I can do. Look what I can do for you. Here is my resume, is that I'm doing this fan project, this labor of love that I may or may not make a little bit of money on, but my time is valuable, right? But at the same time, it's more of like, it's my application for employment at your company. And Nintendo's like, give me your wallet. I don't care how much money you got. Give me your wallet. Nintendo are some of the greediest sons of bitches in the industry. No one ever looks to them because, you know, they're wholesome and they're family oriented. No, they're Nintendo. They're a cartel. They are. they have this soft image, but they're gangsters over there, man. Nintendo is full of fucking gangsters, starting with Reggie. As soon as Reggie got involved, man, everything was just like super fucking crazy structured. You know what I'm talking about. Reggie's a gangsta. Not So yeah, Nintendo's one of them. But yeah, that's interesting. So I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't be looking at it. I'm going to look at it. You said Dead Poly, right? Was that the name of it? I'm kidding. Oh my goodness, what is this? Sure enough, there's a new driver update. What is this one for? So a new driver update came out today, this morning, 581.15. This one contains, wow. There's nothing for Snake Eater. This one is for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, The Order of Giants, featuring path tracing, DLSS 4, multi-frame generation, frame generation, super resolution, reflex, and RTX hair. Yes, we're going to get better hair. This game doesn't come out for a week from today. And they're already dropping an update for the DLC that doesn't come out for another week. That's how you do it right there. But Snake Eater came out today, and there is nothing for Snake Eater, which is crazy to me. Also, Wuthering Waves. Never heard of it. They added DLSS 4 to Wuthering Waves. So 2 games. They also fixed Marvel's Avengers, and certain monitors may display a random flicker when hot plugged over HDMI. Okay. Nothing big, but it's definitely something you're going to want to download if you're going to be like me and play Indiana Jones next week. Waves is a gotcha game. I've heard that term. I keep hearing that term, gotcha. Is it Goka? Is it pronounced gotcha? I don't know what that means. I assume it has something to do with the Asian industry, which is kind of taking over the gaming industry right now. Point stands, as long as it's a cult following, they will be fine. Yes. Just take a gander at the community picks on Steam. You'll see what you can collect. I don't wanna. Oh, okay. It's just spelt differently. I gotcha. Because isn't gotcha with a T? Isn't there a T in there? Like gotcha. Gotcha. So what does that mean for a game? What is a gotcha game? Explain that to me. Explain to the older people like we're 5-year-olds. What is a gotcha game? And no, Smokey, you can't make me. I won't do it. Because again, if I see anything even remotely as cool as the Dead Mouse helmet, I probably will end up buying the game. So stop it. Stop it, man. It's like waving a bag of blow in front of me. Don't do it. Stop it. It's not funny. We are 5-year-olds. Amen, brother. Amen. Which means our wives are perverts. It just clicked. Our wives are perverts, man. Holy shit. All right, I'm actually installing it right now. I'm actually installing it right now. Right meow. Remember that horse girl name? Horse girl? It's a game with lots of energy elements, characters, and pulls for these characters. And you're drowning money to try and pull these characters. Like real money or like in-game money? I'll have to look into it. I've heard the term. I've heard the term before. I just didn't know. I don't really know exactly. I don't know exactly what it entails. Ah, oh, so it's I gotcha. Got your wallet. Got it. Understood. Yeah, they always find a way to get your money, won't they? The companies always. That's kind of the big problem with free to play games is not only does it invite cheats, more cheaters than normal because it's free to play, but they're also the microtransactions are usually insane, like crazy. And we've had conversations about this before. You know, the pros and cons, the evil and non-evil of free to play versus a full play game or a full paid game. I think the free to play is a necessary evil, but at the same time, it creates very bad industry standards. And then when one company gets away with something, another company's like, well, if they got away with it, I'm going to try this. And before you know it, the companies are doing everything in their power to make as much money as they can off you. And then the government steps in and says, okay, enough is enough. You guys got to stop. They slap their hands. They go back into the shadows. They crawl back in the shadows for a little bit, and then they come right back out again and try something new. Like cockroaches. And it all started with free to play. Free to play is kind of where all that happened. You'd be dropping 20 to 1,000 for that 5-star character. Yeah, see, that's just too much for me. That's just I want to pay $100 or less on a game and get the full game. I'm good with that. But giving me a game for free, I mean, I understand, I get it. And then, but like the pay to win walls and things like that, having to, because then you end up spending more money on the game than if you would have just bought the fucking thing in the first place. I drop new characters every 1 to 3 months, and now you're dropping more money for that new character with a 3% rate of getting repeat. Oh, I got you. Yeah, it's kind of like the online gambling, man. There are people out there that can't stay away from it. And then when you give them easier access to things like gambling, which that is, then they're going to get sucked right into it. I watched a thing. I know some of you guys don't really care for John Oliver, but John Oliver did a story on online gambling and things like that. And when you stop gambling, you get your life together. Let's just say you're addicted to gambling, online gambling, and finally you get your shit together and you get away from it. These companies, once they see that you've stopped, they will start bombarding you with emails and texts and phone calls and all this. We're going to give you, $100 to come back. We'll do this. It's a very predatory practice, and gaming's the same. It's a business. It's all a business, and it has been for a long time. Gaming is a business. It was fun when it first came out, and yeah, it was always a business, but it was more about the fun. We'll make a little bit of money while we put some fun things out there. Now it's just all corporate, man. Everything is corporate. And it's all about getting as much money as they can out of you. And I think that's part of the reason why we get such broken, unoptimized games. Is because the corporate, so like, we gave you a deadline. We don't care if the game's ready or not. Get it the fuck out the door. We'll fix it on the fly. Call it early access. Then people can't complain about it. It's early access. Get it the fuck out the door. Get their money. We'll fix it down the road. We'll add some more stuff to make them, make them happy, and then we'll sell another version or more DLC for even more money that's broken, and we'll fix that down the road. That's the way it works. So then, yeah, exactly. You get to these indie games, these indie developers, they can't release a broken ass product because no one's going to give them pay them any attention because they don't have the advertising that the big companies do. Their name's not going to be out there. Their game is definitely going to be, especially on Steam. Shit, you know how many games are on Steam? It wasn't going to see your game. So you have to deliver a properly finished game with fun factor in order to be caught up in Steam or anywhere, really, for that matter. You can't compete with the corporates, man. You just can't. Look at all the brick and mortar stores. They're all going away because Amazon can do pretty much everything even better. There was a point where the wife and I, we'd go look at stuff at a store And while we're in the store, we'd order it on Amazon because we could save a shit ton of money by buying it from them and having it in a day or two, unless we needed it that day. But we want to put our hands on it. We want to look at it. So we'd go to the store, we'd look at it. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Ordered. All right, let's go. You know? Back to class. All right, Free, thanks for being here, man. Have fun. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Oh, so yeah, that being said, this is all done now. The other thing for us, oh, they just added it. Sweet. This wasn't here the other day. Noise. Oh, it's unsupported anyhow. It doesn't fucking matter. The NVIDIA app, if you guys have not updated that, not the drivers within, but the application itself, there is a new update that now gives global settings for all those great things I've been talking about. For DLSS overrides, frame generation overrides, and super resolution overrides. You can now set it so it's globally turned on for all games. So you don't have to go in and manually configure it for each game that you play. You can just go into global, you set it up there, and it automatically does it for all games. Now, if it's not set up, if the game does not support it, it won't do it, but at least you're covering all games as a whole. Now, one thing that is covered in most games, even if DLSS overrides are not supported, is this new thing called smooth motion. It kind of acts like a frame generation by adding frames in between. This you can turn on globally as well, and you guys might want to check that out because I have noticed a little difference in some games. I went back and I tested a few things. It does help. It does help, and it doesn't really create much latency, if any. So these are some things you guys might want to check out for those PC peeps of mine. I got Borderlands 4 for free with my new GPU. I got something. What did I get with my GPU? Probably something I didn't really give a shit about. I don't remember. Oh no, I got Alan Wake 2. I got Alan Wake 2 with my GPU. So yeah, I always like buying when there's always incentives for like different games and shit like that. So when does Borderlands 4 come out, Inc? I forget about the game, then I remember the game, then I forget about the game. It is, according to this, let's see, where is it? I just saw it right before. Here we go. Oh, it doesn't say. It just says, yeah, it's promoting it right now. Buy a certain GTRX or RTX 50 series graphics card and get Borderlands for free. So nice. September 12th. There you go. Right around the corner. That's another game that it looks like DLSS is going to be required. It's going to be required to get playable frames, which I don't mind that. That's fine. That's fine. If the game is going to look incredible and it needs that extra horsepower, that's okay with me. I know there's a lot of people that are up in arms about that. You know, games should run fine on their own. We shouldn't have to have these technologies to make the games playable. But that's a different conversation, and we've had it a handful of times. Maybe we'll cover that again when I get more facts. I get my ducks in a row, my facts in order, and then we'll have another conversation about it. Okay. All right. So that's it, guys. I'm out of talk. I'm out of talk. I've run dry. What else is going on in the world? So what I said ooh about was that they added Gears of War Reloaded. It wasn't picking it up. The NVIDIA app wasn't picking it up the other day, but now all of a sudden it is. But then it tells me that the DLSS overrides are not supported. No, preset K is. Okay, maybe that's why it's looking different. And frame generation is not a thing on that game. So, but I don't think it really needs it. Even with DLSS turned off, which I do, I'm getting between 110 and 120 frames with everything else cranked up. So, Dead Poly's fun. You shut up. Shut your filthy mouth. He knows what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen. That's not cool, man. It's not cool. All right. I am gonna call it a day. I got to get these videos done and out there for you guys. I got the PUBG video up. This is from years ago when Mr. Tapmaster was streaming. He was generous enough to allow me to join his stream and play with him. It was me, Big Al Mac, Charmed, and Mr. Tapmaster. It's from Tapmaster's perspective, and his stream quality wasn't the best, so I tried cleaning it up as best I could. But I think you guys will enjoy the old the old me playing PUBG, being a smart ass and yelling at everybody, but also having a good time. That will be, I already have it uploaded. I just got to get a thumbnail and some shit on there, and that'll be out later this afternoon. Probably another Hitman video, and then I'm working on my Gray Zone stuff as well. So, and then maybe the wife will take me out for dinner. We'll see. We'll see if she's generous. I took her out last time. We went out on Monday to hang out with some friends and family. Well, my sister and her family. So anyhow, I'm rambling on. I got to say goodbye. I got to bring this thing to a close. So thank you guys for being here again. I appreciate you. We will see you guys tomorrow with more fun, more caffeinated beatdown. Until then, peace out.